Hello, and welcome to the LVP Architects podcast. In this episode, we're going to start talking about subjects that you are going to need to study to help you in everything, in your interview, in your exam and case study and PDR. So I think we'll begin with the project timeline. So you need to familiarise yourself with the RIBA Plan of Works, in its relevant stages. So 0 to 7, strategy definition all the way to use. And it's important to understand this timeline because everything in a project is based around this. So your appointment, when you sign your contracts, your scope of works as well revolves around this timeline. So most exams focus on this timeline of a project and broken down roughly into 3 sections. The main sections are brief to planning, construction phase, and handover. Remember, the case study, exam, PDR, and interview is there for you to demonstrate you fully understand the project stages, your role and responsibilities relative to them, and the procurement route. What appointments and contracts are used, and what are in those appointments and contracts that are linked to the procurement route. In a nutshell, you should be asking yourself before you answer any questions, what stage of the project am I in? What is my appointment and scope of works? What is my role and responsibilities? What is the procurement route? And then what building contract has been used? What is the issue and who is best to resolve it? What is the process needed to get to the solution? What this does is, together, these will help you to understand what action, if any, is needed by you relative to the pre-construction stage or during the construction stage itself. It helps you to understand not only your actions, but others. So it's quite important to understand the RIBA Plan of Work and all its stages. So, they've got a handy template and they have guidance that you can download from their website. So I'd recommend you at least print that out and have it at hand, because whenever a question comes up, refer to it. So when you do your, look at past papers, you can quickly go, right, where would this question fit into this timeline? And then you can start looking at, okay, I know where it happens in what stage. What's my appointment? What's my scope of works? So that dictates what my role is and my responsibilities, and how am I going to react at this moment given its procurement route. An example would be, how does stage 2 differ in a traditional to a 2-stage D&B? So you need to just think, does it affect at all? Or what about stage 4? How is that influenced by the procurement route? So therefore, your appointment, where are you sitting in all that? And we'll talk a little bit more about that in other podcasts. I think you can begin to see how timeline is critical, because knowing the stages or what the works are, they all link in. So if you're making a fee bid, you need to know what stages you're working in. What are you going to be producing? What resourcing? All the rest of it. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as well. But so your appointment, where and when, how and who for, who is it between the client? Is it between the contractor? So this is where those key questions of, you need to ask yourself what stage you're in, the appointment, who with, your role. All of these things that I keep repeating are important. That's why I repeat them. And it will become a little bit more clearer through the podcast of how all of this interlinks, hopefully. I don't really want to overload you. It's quite dense, and also just my voice for so long will probably drive you mad. So we'll stop there. I think just because it's nice to have short podcasts, I think. And hopefully you've learned a little bit more. Now you can go away and look at the timeline and just get your head around it. See you in the next episode.
Be